This episode of Walt Disney World Today is sponsored by DVCBuyResale.com. DVC by Resale is a great place to buy or sell your Disney Vacation Club points. You can view their current DVC resales, get answers to frequently asked questions, and see the DVC point charts all by going to www.dvcbuyresale.com. Or you can call Chantel, who is the owner, at 1-800-844-4099.
Hi, Chantel.
This is Walt Disney World Today. Give us 5 minutes and we'll give you the world.
It's Friday, May 18th, 2007, and this is episode 258 of Walt Disney World Today. I'm your host, Matt Hodgeberg from MGMstudios.org. On the show today, we have Mike Scopa of MousePlanet.com. Welcome, Mike.
Okay, everybody, hold real still.
Oh, great movie ride.
Nope.
No?
The Great Muppet Ride.
Nope.
I was going to say in Epcot, Honey, I Shrunk the Audience.
Nope.
I give up. Muppets.
The Matthew Brady scene in the American Adventure where he is taking the photo just before we hear
Brother.
Two brothers on their way. Sorry.
Everyone's favorite head girls 7-year-old softball coach. It's Len Testa, co-author of the Unofficial Guide to Walt Disney World. Welcome, Len.
How's it going, Matt?
See, our listeners always know what Len does just before the show, based on our intros.
It's funny because it's coach's pitch girls softball, and today I was the pitcher. So my goal was to get as many runs scored on me as possible.
Drive up that ERA.
Give it 5 in the first inning, actually. So yeah.
I liked Len. I liked your Tommy John email to me.
And it's
Len said that her daughter should get Tommy John surgery now because it's just going to happen inevitably anyway.
Yeah, I mean, look at her.
Over with.
She's just
and they always come back stronger, so it's just you're doing her a favor.
Don't it?
Also on the show is Mike Newell of Mouse World Radio. Welcome, Mike.
I thought you forgot about me.
Never, Mike. How could I forget about you? On today's show, we're talking about the Fantasmic Dinner Package. And if you're saying, okay, I know about it, what's to talk about? Well, then you clearly don't know, because we have some, to put it gently, opinions about the Fantasmic Dinner Package. So let's first discuss what the Fantasmic Dinner Package is, in case you're unaware of it. The Fantasmic Dinner Package is available to guests, and it gives them guaranteed admission to Fantasmic, which sounds like a good idea. Well, that sounds good. You have to eat at one of 3 restaurants, which are the Hollywood Brown Derby, Mama Melrose's Ristorante Italiano, or Hollywood and Vine. There is the prices for there are fixed prices per restaurant. For Hollywood Brown Derby, the price is going to be $43.99 for an adult and $11.99 for a child. That's ages 3 to 9. Mama Melrose's is going to be $32.99 for an adult and $11.99 for kids. And of course, those prices are without tax and gratuities, so to throw that on top of there. And Hollywood and Vine runs you $23.99 for an adult and $11.99 for a child. Now, there's a couple things, and the reason why we're bringing this up there are a couple reasons. I know that myself and Mike Scopa generally aren't fans of the package. Len, do you have an opinion on the package?
The only issue I have with it is that whenever I've used it, I'm getting like a 4:30 dinner time.
Among other reasons, yeah. It generally, it's very hard to get times for it. I mean, I don't have information to back this up, but I suspect they segregate a certain amount of ADRs for Fantasmic Dinner Package guests.
Yeah,
like you can't have all the Fantasmic Dinner Package guests lining up from 5 to 6, and there's people going at other times of the evening.
Yeah, I believe you.
But the reason, and that is not even so much. I'm willing to concede that you can get a decent time for it. One of the reasons there's a couple of reasons for it that I really I'm not a big fan of the package. First and foremost, you're paying extra for it. It's not like you're not getting charged a la carte. Especially at the Brown Derby and Mama Melrose, what includes in the price is an adult appetizer, entree, and dessert, and non-specialty, non-alcoholic drinks, so a Coke, really. And the kids have to order from the children's menu. You get a choice of super salad, entree, dessert, and a kid's beverage. And so, again, depending on what you order, it can make it break it in terms of price. But of course, some things just aren't. You're not gonna. I don't think you're gonna get your money's value out of it.
You'd rather just go for the regular dinner?
Yeah, and I think
what about like a crowded times?
This is what I'm saying.
Seating then.
Yeah, well, here's the thing, Len. See, it's a good point. You say, well, okay, what if you go like, let's say July 4th line, right? Really packed.
Yes.
You want to go see Fantasmic, right? During the busier times of the year, generally what you're going to find 9 out of 10 times is that there's more than one Fantasmic showing per night. And if that's the case, you always go to the last showing of the night.
But my kids are tired and they're young and they're not going to be able to stay up that late.
Then take an afternoon break. The park's going to be open late on these nights when you have generally more than one showing. We're talking where the studios can be open, as late as 9, 10 o'clock. During Christmas week, it goes closer to midnight. Take an afternoon break. Make sure they're well rested. That would be my recommendation for that. There's also other reasons here. Before we get into those, Mike Scopa, did you of those two things that we've discussed, the price and the perceived convenience factor? Do you have any thoughts to add on to that?
Well, you were talking, Matt, about the like during the summer months when the park is going through extended hours. There are 2 showings of Fantasmic. However, with the Fantasmic dinner package, the package is only for the first showing that night, so you don't have that flexibility. So that's another. Yeah, that's true. Yes.
Well, and the reason is you don't need it for the second showing. Because
exactly.
One of the things you have to do, first of all, for the Fantasmic dinner package, you still have to show up at least 30 minutes beforehand. Right. So you cannot. This isn't like you can show up at showtime. If that was the case, then I might be able to give it a pass. But you have to show up at least 30 minutes. So you're not eliminating all waiting. You're still waiting at least 30 minutes, and more than likely you're going to be showing up a little bit before that because they advise somewhere in the ballpark of 30 to 45 minutes.
So what's the premium? Because for Hollywood and Vine, for example, is a buffet, right?
That's
What's
right.
the normal price?
Yeah, the Hollywood and Vine price is the same if you do the package or not. So if you're going to do the package,
so why would you
want the advantage of
Hollywood and Vine? Why would you not guarantee yourself a seat?
Exactly.
Because here's the problem. Because the problem with that, Len, is that the seats you're getting are in the Witch section, and that's on the extreme end of the theater. It's on the that section is on the extreme end of the theater, and that has the problem with it beyond. There's 2 problems with it. One is during the princess scene, the music you hear doesn't line up with the float you see, and second of all, a lesser problem is that you can see backstage, and for some people that wrecks the magic. Blah blah blah. For Len, it's great. He takes pictures and posts it on touringplans.com, but some people like to be immersed in the experience. So you're paying this money, even if it's Hollywood and Vine, and you're going to this section. Whereas, especially in if you go to the second showing, you can only get into the theater probably about 40 minutes before the show because they have to clear out the first section, the first showing rather, clean it up a little bit, and let people in. So you've only got about 30 to 45 minutes anyway between the end of the first show and the beginning of the second show, and in that time span that you'd be waiting, you can get much better seats than the seats you'd be getting by going through the Fantasmic dinner package. So that's the seating thing really is a major problem for me. Huh. Because again, if you're seeing if Beauty and the Beast float is going by and you're hearing the music to Little Mermaid, that's a problem. That's like seeing like Wishes and hearing different music.
Well, the thing is, Matt, you don't want to be straight on right in the middle of that theater because then you're in between those 2 water screens. So you want to be a little bit to the left or a little bit to the right. But what you're saying is that you don't want to be a lot to the right because that's where you end up going when you're dealing with this package.
You're definitely right about that, Mike. You definitely want to be off center, not dead center. But again, dead center is still better than everything lines up correctly. You know what I mean in terms of the music and everything.
Sure.
And the other weird thing which I never understood is the Fantasmic dinner package guests get to go in the special little entrance. You go in by Oscars, which is right near the entrance of the studios, and it's cool. You're able to really cut backstage, and it saves a whole lot of walking because if you've ever walked from Sunset Boulevard down that little path, it's uphill and it's long. But when you leave, you're stuck with the crowd. Wouldn't it make more sense to let the Fantasmic dinner package just get out first? That way they can take that secret path back through to Oscars, and then that allows them to exit the park first. Now that'd be a nice little benefit. But no, you're if you go back down that path, they dump you out on Sunset Boulevard. That it's just another reason why it doesn't make it a very good value. And again, you're still waiting 30 minutes at least if you're on the dinner package for the first show. If you showed up, odds are I generally recommend that you show up during the busier times of the year, maybe 45 to 60 minutes for most times of the year. That's an additional 15 to 30 minutes. Not the end of the world, especially if you've been on your feet all day and you're tired. Sitting down isn't a bad idea. Having a beverage or a snack or a dessert or something like that.
Exactly.
It's not really. I mean, people hear, I got to sit down for an hour, but you get to rest. It's something to be said over there, and you're with your family, and people do the wave and the thing, which to some people is fun. Some people find it extremely annoying. It's odd how that works out. It's
depending on.
Yeah.
It's funny.
So I mean, it's just something that I don't know, Mike Scopa, what else do you find with the package?
Let's get back to the pricing. The Brown Derby price is $43.99 per person, and then you have to add tax and gratuity. So let's say we're adding 20% to that. So we're adding $8 to that. So now we're talking $51 to eat at the Brown Derby. Now, I know that I can go to the Brown Derby and eat for far less than that. So why would I want to, opt for that restaurant? I think that's pretty bad. The Mama Melrose price is $32.90.
I mean,
yes.
you could, but you're getting an appetizer, an entree, and a dessert, right? And a drink.
Right.
That's right.
I mean, do you get to pick any entree you want?
Entree. That's right.
Yeah, it's your choice. But Brown Derby is also a two table credit restaurant for the Disney dining plan, and I've always thought that it's overpriced. So maybe that's where my problem is right from the beginning.
And you're also.
I think it's right at the $51 value, depending on what you order. I mean, maybe just slightly under.
Yeah, and again, it depends on what you order, which is which comes with the territory.
So following this trend of price, though, I mean, it looks like that the premium you're paying is anywhere from $0 to a few dollars for guaranteed seating, albeit not the best seating, right?
That's right.
If I go to the Brown Derby, I'm going to have a Cobb salad, I'm going to have an iced tea, and that's it.
Is the Cobb salad? Yeah, that's true. The Cobb salad is huge.
Cobb salad's pretty huge, yeah.
Right. See, I would actually.
Sandland, so.
Yeah, I mean the salmon, the fillet's got to be $30. Dude, I was in a Hilton in Salt Lake City this week. You could not find a steak for less than $34 in a Hilton.
Was it a Don Shula restaurant?
No, just the hotel restaurant. $34 for a steak. I mean, it was a good steak. It was $34. Anyway.
And the other thing is you're also eliminating two of the more popular restaurants. One is actually good. You're eliminating the Sci-Fi, which I think is a good idea, but that's beside the point. You're
right there.
Prime time.
and the prime time, which I do think isn't. I like the prime time. I think it's a good restaurant, and you can't eat there and do the Fantasmic dinner package.
Right.
Which I'm not sure I understand, because Mama Melrose is much in terms of price. If you ate at both restaurants, you'd end up paying less at Mama Melrose's than you would at prime time. So I'm not sure.
You might pay a good third to 40% less.
Oh yeah, I mean it's that kind of a.
And here's the thing too. I mean, so the one point where I'd agree with you guys is at Mama Melrose's, because you can order 2 appetizers and be stuffed.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And that's less than $15.
Let's go back to the Brown Derby. You can get a Cobb salad appetizer for $14, and you can get the grilled filet mignon for $32. So now we're talking $46. And you can get let's see, what's the most expensive dessert? The banana white chocolate toffee tower for $8. So now we're talking.
Them's good eating, right, Len?
Them's good eating. Banana.
So what did that come out to? 46.
White chocolate toffee.
That's $54 before plus something to drink. That's $54 before the tip. So maybe you can make out, I guess.
I'm just thinking that. I mean, I don't even mind the price of these things, depending on what your order. But I think really it's just the bottom line is you're getting bad seats. You're still waiting, and you don't get, and you still have to exit with the mass of people at the end.
All right.
I don't see any benefit to doing it.
I agree, Matt. I agree. Now, if they said to me, not only will you be able to get in before the rest of the general crowd. What if they made this package so that you get to go to the front of the line? It's almost like a magic fast pass for Fantasmic, so that you get the package, so you get to the front of the line, so you get to choose any place you want to sit before the general public. Now that I would go for.
Yeah, I'm sure he's thinking of something like that now. To preferred seating for shows, I guarantee.
Just need to get a better section. Just move it to a better section. That's half the problem right there. You know.
Yeah. Maybe so.
But anyway, again, if you want to avoid the Fantasmic Theater package, but still be able to benefit, still be able to see Fantasmic and not sit in the worst seats in the world, or to be locked out of it. Again, if there's 2 shows per night, always see the second show during certain nights. There's 3 nights, like during.
If you can.
If you can't, take an afternoon break, and that way you'll be able to stay up the whole time. And the studios don't close that late relative to the other parks.
Just go on. Come on. What's the big deal?
And the other thing is, if you only have 1 showing per night, then odds are you're not going to be dealing with terribly large crowds, in which case you just show up 45 minutes beforehand and you're only waiting 15 minutes more than you absolutely have to. Although in the Fantasmic Dinner Package, you could still show up 45 minutes beforehand anyway. But anyway, that's it for us today. This show's been sponsored by DVCByResale.com. DVC by Resale is a great place to buy or sell your Disney Vacation Club points. You can view their current DVC resales, get answers to frequently asked questions, and see the DVC point charts all by going to www.dvcbyresale.com, or you can email Chantel at info@dvcbyresale.com. That's it for us today. If you want to find out all of our episodes, read our show notes, or send us your comments, visit the Walt Disney World Today website at www.wdwtoday.com. You can also email us at questions at wdwtoday.com. For Len Testa, Mike Scopa, and Mike Newell, I'm Matt Hochberg. We'll see you on the next show.